Hey, this is Ash from No Shakespeare. Hey, so I'm here in the woods enjoying the serenity and beauty. I mean, look how green it is. So, I was thinking as I was walking on this trail that, if you look at the business leaders of the world, did they major in microbiology? Were they masters of calculus, chemistry? So, what I'm saying is not for everybody, and that's okay. If you want to be a scientist, that's great. I'd like you to be a scientist. But, if you want to find your way in the world and maybe become a business leader or just succeed in business at all, you got to think twice about the courses you're taking. And unfortunately, our school system requires these courses. They require that you take a science like biology, chemistry, anthropology, geology, and then they also require you to take advanced mathematics, pre-calculus, calculus, algebra, geometry. But you have to think about it. Think about this very carefully before you strive to get good grades. I know you have to take those classes, but I'm going to tell you, you need to put those aside or do the minimal that you need to do to get the pass a grade. Because the leaders of the world didn't major in or master microbiology or chemistry. Like people like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and Richard Branson and million other leaders and CEOs. They weren't immersed in those sciences, and they probably, some of them obviously in the tech industry did probably pretty well in math, but that's not where their strengths were. The strengths of business leaders is the ability to sell yourself. That's their strength. Their ability to think outside of the box. And those science classes and the math classes, not going to do it for you. And so while you're in school, in high school, and then hopefully maybe you'll bypass college or something, but while you're in high school, you have to put some priority on other things outside of the advanced mathematics and science classes. You have to take it upon yourself to research and learn other things, because they're not going to teach it to you. High school is not going to teach it to you. They're not going to teach you salesmanship. They're not going to teach you leadership. They're not going to teach you negotiation. They're not going to teach you persuasive writing, the art of persuasion. They're not even going to teach you even meditation. I mean, a lot of leaders talk about meditation. Ray Dalio talks about meditation. Howard Stern talks about meditation. I mean, these are very, very successful people who made hundreds of millions of dollars in their lifetime. And if you want to succeed like them, you have to think beyond, way beyond the courses you're taking. You have to go into your library, read some biographies, read courses about salesmanship, read courses about persuasive writing, read goddamn fucking books, read courses about the art of persuasion, negotiation, debate. These are the classes that you should try to find and take an interest in. And forget about the advanced mathematics. Get a friggin' D on those and pass. Just get by on it. Forget about the advanced sciences, because you're not going to need those when you get out of school, when you get out of college. If your goal is to make it into the business world and succeed and be happy, never mind being a CEO or a leader, just to be happy with what you're doing, making a decent living, you need to forget about, the crap they're shoveling to you, like I said, the advanced mathematics and the advanced sciences. That's just smoke and mirrors. That's just bullshit. That's just to keep you dumb. What you need to learn is the skills, those soft skills, how to communicate with people, how to persuade people, how to have confidence, how to look inward and feel good about yourself. And they're not going to teach that to you in a class. So stress less about those classes and then go to your library, or now the internet, You can do it on the internet. I think library is good, or go to a bookstore. I think reading a book is much better than going on the internet, because the internet is just a lot of different articles, going to take you in different directions, YouTube in different directions as well. You want to hone in on a few authors that talk about these subjects, about persuasion, about salesmanship, about negotiation, about debate, about public speaking. These are the skills that are going to make you very, very successful in the business world. And even if you don't even want to be the president or the CEO of a company, you just want to do well, you just want to make a decent living and be happy, those are the skills you're going to need, because you won't be frustrated. You'll be calm, and you'll learn skills that are marketable. And so when you do want to raise, you can negotiate that. When you want to get another job that's better, you can negotiate that, and you can persuade people how good you are. But if all you are is learned in, chemistry and biology and anthropology and calculus and algebra, and even like literature, like British literature and Chinese history and Shakespeare and all that stuff, that don't mean shit in the real world. It doesn't mean anything. I could tell you, I've been in the real world for 30 years. No one's ever asked me about what I know about Shakespeare. No one's ever asked me what I know about chemistry or calculus or British literature or Chinese history. Never came into play. And even if someone didn't even ask me, I didn't even have to know it. And then most of the information I got about those subjects, I got from watching documentaries on my own and doing it with pleasure rather than being tested on it. Everything I got tested on, I forgot. It's stupid. You need to learn the skills of the business world, and then forget about all the other shit. And I know you have to take those classes, those are requirements, but don't strive to make an A in those classes. Just do the best you can to get a D, and then focus your attention on other things. Read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, or Influence by Robert Cialdini, or books on salesmanship and persuasive writing. These are the skills that are going to get you to where you want to go. And read books about meditation, and then practice meditation, and practice, read books about, being confident, and practice skills in being confident. And that's why I do these videos out here in the woods, because I get to turn inward and think about stuff, and get away from everything else, and open my focus to the whole world. And look at it, it's beautiful. I mean, the woods are just beautiful. We get caught up in the whole world around us. And I'll make another video about this, but I'll just tell you right now, is if you want to succeed in the business world, you got to stop watching TV and stop watching all those late night shows. I did that. I wasted a lot of time watching stupid TV late at night, and I regret it. And I wish I read more books about how to be confident, salesmanship, public speaking, debate, persuasion. I read a few books, but I really just didn't, take it upon myself to read more. And then I didn't recognize that was so important to the real world. I found an interest in those things, but I didn't recognize how important it was. I was so busy trying to get an A in chemistry, or a B or C, or whatever I could do, the pasta grade. I mean, it was such a distraction in my life. I did really, really well in English, but I didn't do well in chemistry, and I didn't do well in calculus. And there was such a distraction in my life, and I was trying so hard to get good grades on them. And so what I'm telling you is focus on, you need to think the long term. And not only that, and I'll make another video on this too, is a lot of people, unfortunately, especially parents, people focus on getting to college, and then the rest will take care of itself. I know my parents thought like that, and I always, in the back of my mind, there was always something wrong with that. But most people think, get you into college and then you're done. And that's just not the case. And then if you're in high school right now, don't think about getting into college. Think beyond college. Think about what skills you need to work in the real world to be successful and to be happy. That's very, very important. Because if you're not happy, you won't be successful. Actually, I take that back. There's a lot of successful, miserable people. You won't feel successful. You might make a lot of money and stuff, but deep down you'll probably be miserable. But you can be successful and unhappy. But the most fulfilling thing, and if you talk to old people in their 90s and 100s or on their deathbed, and their biggest regret is not enjoying life. And these were people, some people made a lot of money, some people didn't make so much money, but they were so caught up with the job, the money, and stuff like that, and they weren't happy. And so it's important to find balance, and that's where I think the source of so much unhappiness is in the high school, where they're making you take all these classes that are super meaningless. I know I was miserable in high school because I didn't understand why I needed to take chemistry. I didn't understand why I needed to take algebra and pre-calculus. I didn't understand why I had to take a foreign language. I'm like, where am I going to speak this Spanish? Where? And this hasn't happened yet. Yeah, okay, if I'm fluent, I could get a bilingual job, but I would have to be fluent, and to be fluent, I would have to go live in another country. Anyway, I could go on and on this video, and I want to make it shorter than it probably could be. So what I'm saying here, to sum up everything and what I'm saying, is don't put so much pressure on yourself to ace chemistry and advanced mathematics, or even a foreign language, or even literature. Take it upon yourself to practice and learn the skills of the business world. And they are salesmanship, how to sell yourself, persuasion, how to persuade people to your way of thinking. These are the things that are going to get you a job. Debate, how to debate somebody. Public speaking is so important. How to be able to speak in front of people. Presentations, how to present yourself, how to present other things, how to present a product. These are so important to the business world. And any kind of, whether you have an office job or an out-of-office job, these are so important in daily lives. You're going to use the art of persuasion in your daily life. You're going to have to deal with your friends, your family, your neighbors, and other people. And so you want to know the skills of how to persuade people and, and how to negotiate. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks.